this way.
Welcome, horror fans, to a deep dive into the shadows of gaming. When it comes to fear, the big studios don't always get it right. But the indie world? Well, they've mastered the art of dread. Today, we're counting down the 10 best indie horror games. Titles that prove you don't need a massive budget to deliver spine-chilling terror. From mind-bending psychological scares to heart-racing survival horror, these games will leave you sleeping with the lights on. Ready to face your fears? Let's dive in. Little Nightmares by Tarsier Studios is a creepy puzzle platformer that feels like a living nightmare. Playing as Six, a child navigating a world full of grotesque and monstrous adults, you must stealthily avoid danger and solve puzzles in this dark, twisted world. Its haunting visuals and oppressive atmosphere create a sense of constant unease, making Little Nightmares a beautifully eerie experience. The combination of its grotesque world, unique art style, and chilling moments make Little Nightmares a standout title in horror platformers. Amnesia, The Dark Descent, released by Frictional Games in 2010, redefined indie horror with its eerie, first-person perspective. Playing as Daniel, trapped in a mysterious castle, your only options are to run, hide, or avoid terrifying creatures lurking in the shadows. What makes Amnesia truly terrifying is the lack of combat and the sanity meter, which adds another layer of dread as your mind unravels the longer you stay in the dark. With its dark, oppressive atmosphere and clever use of sound design, Amnesia is a masterclass in psychological horror that has influenced countless games since its release.
Good. All files in order.
Will this hurt?
It's just a scan. It'll hurt about as much as getting your picture taken.
Indians thought cameras would steal their souls.
Is that so? Well, let's hope they're wrong.
From the creators of Amnesia, Soma takes horror to the depths of the ocean in an abandoned research facility. Released in 2015, it's more than just a survival horror. It's a philosophical exploration of what it means to be human in a world where consciousness and identity blur. While terrifying creatures roam the halls, the real horror lies in the story's deep existential questions and the unsettling atmosphere that Frictional Games is known for. The combination of narrative depth and atmospheric dread makes Soma both thought-provoking and terrifying in equal measure. Released in 2017 by Acid Wizard Studio, Darkwood is a top-down survival horror game that immerses you in an eerie, plague-ridden forest. With no hand-holding, the game forces you to gather supplies by day and survive horrifying creatures by night. What sets Darkwood apart is its slow burn tension, where every choice feels meaningful and every encounter can be fatal. The game's bleak atmosphere, eerie sound design, and unforgiving world create a sense of isolation and constant danger, making it a haunting experience without relying on jump scares. Outlast by Red Barrels, released in 2013, throws you into a nightmarish asylum as investigative journalist Miles Upshur. With only a camcorder to navigate the darkness, the game's terrifying atmosphere and relentless enemies leave you no choice but to run and hide. The night vision mechanic adds a new layer of tension, making every moment feel like life or death. The relentless pacing, disturbing visuals, and constant threat of danger make Outlast an unforgettable, heart-pounding experience from start to finish. At first glance, Doki Doki Literature Club seems like a cheerful visual novel, but it quickly descends into psychological horror. Released in 2017 by Team Salvato, This game manipulates player expectations, slowly unraveling its dark and disturbing themes. By breaking the fourth wall and twisting its innocent facade, Doki Doki is a unique and unsettling horror experience that catches you completely off guard. Its seemingly innocent beginning makes its dark turn even more shocking, leaving players with an unforgettable and disturbing experience. The Forest, released in 2014 by N Night Games, blends survival mechanics with horror. After crash landing on an island, you must gather resources, craft weapons, and defend yourself from a tribe of cannibalistic mutants. The open-world exploration, combined with terrifying enemies that grow more aggressive at night, keeps you constantly on edge. What makes The Forest stand out is its combination of survival gameplay and horror, where the terror of the unknown is just as intense as the horrifying mutants stalking you. Set in 1960s Taiwan, Detention by Red Candle Games blends Taiwanese folklore with psychological horror. Released in 2017, it's a 2D side-scroller where you explore a haunted school during a time of political repression. The game's eerie atmosphere, disturbing visuals, and powerful story make Detention not just a horror game, but a deep and haunting narrative experience that lingers long after it's over. With its rich cultural references and unsettling tension, Detention delivers a unique, memorable horror experience. In Phasmophobia, you and up to 3 friends are ghost hunters armed with paranormal gadgets, tasked with identifying the spirit haunting each location. Released in 2020 by Kinetic Games, this multiplayer horror game forces you to investigate haunted houses while avoiding deadly spirits that can kill you in an instant. With its voice recognition feature, ghosts respond to your words, heightening the immersion and terror. The unpredictability of each encounter, combined with a chilling atmosphere, makes Phasmophobia a must-play for horror fans seeking a truly social, terrifying experience. Inside, released in 2016 by Playdead, is a haunting puzzle platformer where you control a boy escaping a dystopian nightmare. The game has no dialogue, instead relying on its eerie environments and unsettling atmosphere to tell a dark, mysterious story. As you navigate increasingly bizarre and dangerous scenarios, the sense of dread intensifies and the puzzles become more disturbing. The game's minimalist yet powerful storytelling makes Inside a unique, atmospheric horror experience that lingers in your mind long after you finish playing. And that wraps up our list of the 10 best indie horror games that have left a lasting impact on the genre. Whether you're into psychological horror, survival tension, or unsettling atmospheres, these games prove that you don't need a massive budget to deliver a terrifying experience. Indie developers have pushed the boundaries of creativity, offering some of the most unique and chilling horror experiences out there. And let us know in the comments which indie horror game kept you up at night. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay spooky.